Do you want to ace your matric with distinctions? Then look no further, you've come to the right place. What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Demi Sang. Please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can keep up to date with all of my latest videos. And if you are a returning subscriber, love to you. In this video, I will be sharing a bit of some matric advice, some things that I think could have really helped me back when I was in matric. I will put it out there. I was a bit of an overachiever in high school. So I had a few things up my sleeve already, you know. I wasn't just... I had a few things that put me there, and I'm here to share a few of them. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so these tips that I'll be giving aren't just exclusive to matric. I do think you can apply them in other grades and other, you know, fields of study, but they are more tailored for matric. I'll put that out there. I know that some matrics by now have gotten a taste of matric. So they have an idea of what's up and what's expected. But listen up, I'll be giving you the lowdown, so stay tuned. I'll start by saying this: matric is really what you make of it. Seriously, it can be a smooth ride or a really bumpy road. It's not revision. That's not true. They lied. You will need to study from some of your grade 11 books, yes, because there won't be any time for some of those concepts to be taught in matric. But there's a whole lot that's new in matric, more especially math. What you learned last year will always be relevant in the current year as well. They'll just take it a notch up. But study. Right, tip number 1 is to manage your time. Manage your time. Get a planner, get a timetable, get a routine, get a system of some sort, because you will need it. That thing of you'll just get home and you'll study the subject that you feel like, it's not gonna work. Merely not having something that keeps you motivated, because when you have a timetable and you know that at this time you're supposed to do this and you didn't do it, it kind of makes you feel guilty, and you will probably do it next time, hopefully. Manage your time. You have an entire year to master all of your subjects, and you can really do it in just 6 months if you are that focused and that concentrated. It might sound boring, the whole timetable thing and the planner thing, but the truth is, as long as you don't have some sort of system, some sort of routine in place, you're not gonna get to where you want to be. You have to get a timetable, get a planner, manage your time before you even begin studying, literally. Okay, tip number 2 is to study a lot. Study ahead of time. You can't cheat the studying part. You have to study. You can apply any other hacks or whatever, but you have to study. And don't listen to these friends who post on their WhatsApp status things like what do they say? They're not studying, like, I'm done, I'm going to sleep. They're studying. I was a top 10 student, and top 10 students would say that and get high marks, and I was one of those students at some point. Study. Do not listen to what anybody else is going to say, what anybody else is doing. Study. Point is, you have to study like you've never studied before at this point in time. Your career is kind of dependent on it, which school you go to and what you will study there, because what I've noticed at the end of matric, and when people got their matric results, a lot of people settled for careers that they did not want. So you want to make sure that you're not going to put yourself in that position. And number 3 is to look into other resources. Study, learn from other resources other than the ones that you are given by your teacher or by your school. So this means watch YouTube videos. This means oh my word, there are so many very helpful resources out there, sometimes even better than the textbooks that you are reading at school. What is this? These Instagram matric accounts, they have a lot of helpful resources there. Mind the Gap is another very helpful resource. Anything that's Mind the Gap textbooks for mathematics, accounting, history, science, anything. So apart from those mostly online resources, I know there are a lot of Matric groups whereby it's just groups, WhatsApp group chats with students who are from literally all over South Africa, and they're sharing anything that's really helpful. And it's great because you get to see how other children are learning and what techniques or methods they're using or strategies to understand certain concepts that might be very helpful to you as well. Number 4, you have to work the hardest during your holidays. It's a bit contradictory because that's usually the time that you rest, but you have a lot of time during your holidays, and that's the time that you should utilize to study. Seriously, I mean, for sure, don't study the entire holiday. Go out, go have some fun, which is why it's important to manage your time, because you should have a proper school social life balance. You have a lot of time. Use it, because when the time comes for you to go back to school, oftentimes you are too stressed to properly do a lot of things. So it will help you if you are prepared before even going back to school, or if you compile certain questions about things that you don't understand, that you will then be able to ask your teacher, just to put you that step ahead. The point is, don't wait for exam seasons. There's already a lot of stress going on during that period. I think we're on number 4. This is past papers. Stack past papers. And this you're actually supposed to do like from February. Stack your past papers. I mean, you should have a lot. Date back to 2015 if you can. Past papers will literally, I mean, if you're not going to take anything else from this list, take the past papers, because they repeat some of these questions. Hey, lit math in mathematics especially. Maybe they'll just change, instead of saying A B, they'll say X Y, you know. Stack your math paper, your mathematics past papers, on any other subject really. Past papers, like past papers will help you, especially if you are a student who's struggling quite a bit in a certain topic or with the whole subject, because it gives you an idea of how they ask the questions, how they phrase them, what to expect. And another thing about the past papers, right? Let's make this is number 6. Within those past papers, or I think it's another document, I'm not too sure, your curriculum will specify what they are allowed to test you on and what they're not allowed to test you on. So that's the real deal. You will know what not to study. And sometimes teachers won't really tell you that because, I don't know, they just want to, I don't know, like that whole thing of making us study things that won't even be in there, and yet they put them on the demarcation. I don't know. I don't think they really do that in Matric though. But the point is, you're getting exclusive insider information from that thought. I think it's in the first part of the past papers, but not all past papers have it. Sometimes it's an additional document, or it's at the back. But I do know this is very helpful for history, because studying history is a whole lot of information, so it helps to know going in what to expect. Right, the next thing is to get a source of motivation. You will need it. There'll be times where you'll feel like giving up and just going to sleep, like the rest of the people who are posting that they're sleeping on WhatsApp when they're not. You will need a source of motivation. Sometimes you won't even believe in yourself at the beginning of the exams. You will be doubting yourself. You perhaps have not studied all the topics. It's Matric, but it happens, hey? We're gonna be real. And you'll be nervous and that source of motivation will really carry you. Seriously. It can be anything. It can be a song. It can be a speech. It can be, I remember I used to listen to Michelle Obama's speech. I don't know, I'll link it in the description box down below. That was since grade 11, I was listening to that speech before my exams. When I was showering, I'd listen to like gospel. I listened to gospel because it really got me in the mood, bro. I was like, nah, God, my God, don't disappoint, bro. Hey, I'm gonna come out on top. Don't test me, you know. It can be a song, it can be a scripture, um, a quote, a tweet, anything. Next step is to consult with your teachers. And the only way you can really consult with teachers about things that you're not quite sure about is if you work ahead, or at least on schedule. Because I found myself in a situation whereby, as I was studying literally the day before an exam, I found that I didn't really understand this concept, and there was no way of reaching a teacher at 10 o'clock in the evening the night before. So while studying, write down the things that you don't understand. Sometimes it can just be one minor thing, like clarification about why are they using this term, and go find out from the teacher. I used to do this a lot, I think before exams, whereby literally even for tests the day before, I'd have like a list of 10 pages that I need the teacher to clarify. And that just goes to show like my faults, in my flaws, call them flaws, my mistakes, my procrastination habits, that I'm literally only consulting the teacher the day before. But hey man, some people didn't even bother. So yeah. On the note of consulting with teachers, don't just consult with your teacher. Sometimes it does help to go speak to other teachers who also studied that. You might just find that the teacher who teaches the other class is the kind of teacher that you need, and they pay attention, or they respect, or the way that they teach is in line with your learning. The next step is to attend workshops. There are a lot of workshops for Matric, whereby you just go there. As a lot of them are free, but some of them I know are not. But they're not expensive. It's usually like 100, 150, 200 rand, and that's a lot. They are very helpful. The teachers who are at those workshops are usually very well trained, well qualified, private school teachers. So that's an advance. Some of them are literally lecturers from university. So attend workshops. I remember I attended a mathematics workshop, I think August. No, it was in September. I attended a mathematics workshop, and the teacher who was helping us with math there was a math teacher from Kuro. I don't remember. Cure Hazeldean, Aurora, one of those, I'm not too sure. And I was thinking, I'm already academically inclined. Imagine if I was learning mathematics with that kind of teacher the entire time, you know? So pre-expose yourself to those opportunities. Google some. Oftentimes your teachers, speak to your math teacher. Your math teachers usually know what's going on, or not just math, or any other subject. They are the ones who can give you inside information on what's going on, where, etc., prices. The one that I attended was free, but it was, wow. I know that some universities also offer workshops, and oftentimes they actually film their workshops and post them on YouTube. I know that UP does this, so that can really help you. Yeah, my next point is get a tutor, get a math tutor. Stay focused. You'll come across a lot of matriculants who just don't care. Like, and it's not even a matter of like they don't care about their schoolwork or what happens after matric. It's just they've given up. Like, they just don't care anymore. They just want to write the exam and be done with matric. Stay focused, stay motivated. A fight. Before exams, you're gonna come across a lot of negative people. And it's not, I don't even think it's because they're projecting it on you. They kind of are though. But that's really how they feel. But the problem is that it can rub off on you, and you do not need that, right? So be careful of the people that you speak with at the beginning of exams. Are they motivating you? Are you motivating? Are you motivating each other? What's going on? Are they telling you about like a trick question that they found in a past paper? And this is why it's good to like be friends with like the smart kids, you know. Not really friends, but talk to them, because they can be quite helpful during that time. Some people have saved my life during that time. Like I wouldn't study a poem or something for English. It was so many. Like they expected us to study like 12 poems and 2 books. So I didn't study all the poems. I just went to this smart guy that I knew from school, and I was like, bro, give me the lowdown on these 4 poems. And they came out. 2 of the ones that he had to explain to me, and the ones that I studied didn't even show up. So get some sleep. Don't do the all night. Okay, let me not say that, because those will happen. Try as best as you can to get some sleep, to have a healthy, well balanced diet, so that you don't faint in those exam rooms, because it happens a lot in Matric. Yeah, Matric is not all. Life doesn't revolve all around Matric, right? It's not all that matters. So please make sure that you're still taking care of yourself and your health. Sometimes you will literally have to stop studying and literally go and take a bath, a bubble bath, a pamper kind of bubble bath, with bath bombs and bath fizz and all of that, just so that you can relax. Okay, my point is, eat. You have to make sure that you're eating. You cannot write and go into an exam without having eaten. Eat, especially if it's the morning of the exam, and eat especially if you know that you are lacking on sleep. But back to my point on sleeping, you die faster from lack of sleep than lack of food. So please eat and sleep. Thank you. Next tip is to make sure that you have a water bottle when you write your exams. And I'm not sure if you're allowed to bring them in. No, I don't. Not in Matric. I don't know why, because people faint. But make sure you have a water bottle. Drink some water before going in. I don't know what water does, but it has a way of calming you down. When people are like hyperventilating, and they'll give them water. I think that's where it comes from. So like, give yourself water before you go in, bro. Like, I don't know what the science is behind having the water, but it does help before going into the exam. When studying, explore different study methods. You might have been employing the incorrect study method for you the entire time. Explore different study methods, and if you guys want me to make a video on different study methods, I will gladly do so. Please just comment that down in the the comment section. Explore different study methods. There are so many, and it doesn't just go down to like what strategy and what trick. It also goes down to how you write your study notes. That's if you are writing them. So, and the thing is, with study methods, you cannot study all your subjects the same way. It doesn't work like that. This last tip ties in with the one that I said earlier on about the past papers. Go on your exam boards exam guidelines. Check their exam guidelines. That's the whole what they're allowed to test you on, what they're not allowed to test you, what's examinable and non-examinable. Go on that. Right, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Please remember that if all else fails, just study. Can't go wrong with that. Just study and pray. Don't forget to pray. Bye guys, I'll see you in my next video.